Welcome to Our Generation with Melissa Shaw, where we educate, empower, and inspire. And I'm super excited to be with another guest from Martindale cohort. And I partnered with them to be able to highlight the cohort and what they're doing for entrepreneurs. I got to experience a little bit of some of the classes, which I feel has been amazing, and I know why it has helped entrepreneurs to, be able to move. And you actually was a winner of the Pitch Fest competition. So we'll get into that a little bit later. So that's exciting. So just tell, the listeners your name, like your business, and kind of a little bit of background.
All right. So I'm Nicole L. Johnson, owner and operator of Rose Natural, soon to be R102 Wellness. I specialize in sea moss and functional mushroom teas. And I also have my own wellness podcast called The Coco Johnson Show.
Love that.
So all things wellness. That's my focus. That's my gear. Not my entire background, but it chose me. Let's say that.
Okay. So what did you do prior to that?
IT.
Oh wow.
IT for 20 years.
Oh wow.
Yes.
So what made you get into the wellness arena?
Out of a need of my own, I was in a car accident back in 13. And I was working out, trying to get myself together. And 2013 was a rough year. And then someone hit me from the back, but did not break anything. They ended up knocking my pelvis out of line.
Oh my goodness.
So everything that happened to me was muscular, and the doctors couldn't really do anything. So I was in so much pain. And they put me on so many medications that made me worse instead of better. So I gained all of this weight. I was always inflamed. And ended up on blood pressure medication because of the pain. It was just a whole mess.
Oh my goodness.
So fast forward, somebody ended up introducing CMOS to me. And at first I was not going for the hype.
Right.
And so I tried it for like a week, didn't like it, said pass. Year later, they was like, your hair's falling out, you need to get on CMOS. And I said, okay, if I do this, I'm going to learn how to flavor it naturally. I did, got serious about it, changed my eating style, and it gave me the energy. And I ended up losing 30 pounds. I dropped several of those pills, and things just changed.
Wow.
So, not thinking that I would ever go into a field in wellness, because I thought I was going to live and breathe and die IT. No, that was not the case. God had another purpose. So, and I've been doing it for the last 4 years.
For the last how long?
4.
I thought
years.
You said 40. I
no,
thought to say, you look good. Like, how old are you? Should you even still be alive though?
4 years.
4 years.
Yes.
Okay, good. Wow. So, and I've had a chance to try your sea moss, and it's very good. And I'm really, really funny with texture.
Yes.
I can handle the texture.
Yes.
So thank you for that.
You're welcome. Yes. For those people that have that texture sensitivity, we also have drinks. So we kind of offset, taking it by the spoon. You can take it by the bottle.
Okay.
So there's other ways around it.
Okay. So 4 years ago, so what did you start seeing immediately with starting the CMOS? Did your pain start decreasing? Because I know you said that was the biggest component of why you had to do something.
Mm-hmm. So with me, it was more or less the weight loss. I was pre-diabetic, and they were like, "You're gonna have to do this, and you're gonna have to do." I'm like, "No," and I was just miserable. And so when I got real serious about it, I was like, "Okay, all or nothing." And once the immediate thing I noticed was my energy levels increased. And so with that energy, I had to figure out what to do with this energy, and I started working out. And once I started doing all those things, drinking water and all that other stuff, dropped 30 pounds like that.
Wow.
And which allowed me to get rid of most of those pills. I was on several different pills, and I was getting shots for allergies and things of that nature. I ended up still going through with the allergy shots, but because I'm allergic to so many things. But as far as everything else, that was the first thing I noticed was the energy increase.
Wow.
And it just made me.
And we all need some extra energy, especially being an entrepreneur now.
Yes. Definitely. So that's pretty much what I would say that I noticed immediately. Before I knew it, I became this poster child of what you do to lose this weight, and I'm like, I
Yeah.
had sea moss, and they're like, I want something like wait.
Right.
I didn't just eat
Yeah,
it.
we are. You come. Come on, I don't know why Miss Latoya don't ever want to come in my show because I talk about her all the time. Look at she. Thank you. You see her arms? That's her. You did say you can talk loud. What did you do to my? Did you? Is it half or is it a little bit more than half? Okay. Okay. Thank you for the heads up. So I'll drink with precaution. So I used to be able to do a full dose, but my body is like I can only do half now.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm a lightweight.
Well,
Can
we
you
don't
turn it
see.
down a little bit? The music. Can you turn the music? Yeah. Yeah. So like so I've been coming here for oh my goodness, 2 years. That's good. 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
and I just literally fell in love with the drinks, the atmosphere, the vibe.
The vibe is
Yeah,
awesome.
I just love this place. And then I started off with butter, the butter one, and then I did fine with that. When I first tried it, it was during a time when me and my daughter were struggling. She's 19 now, but you go through.
Yes, indeed.
You're like, if we make it out of this,
That part, all of that.
oh my goodness. So I had come in here and I got butter drink and I said it made me so relaxed. I felt like anything that she would say to me, it wouldn't even affect me. It was just bouncing. Exactly. That's what I felt like.
What?
Like, okay. Like I'm like, oh, this is some shit right here. I need to keep this. So I would come like 2 or 3 times a week.
Oh wow.
And so my body got really used to it.
Gotcha.
And then I had to have an emergency hysterectomy last year because my uterus exploded.
Wow.
Girl, when the doctor told me that, well, they didn't tell me. They told my niece after I got out of recovery, and I was like, why would you even use that word? Like exploded? Like does that even happen? Yeah, it was a mess.
Wow.
So I had stopped coming because I could not drive. I couldn't go anywhere, and so my body kind of got used to not having it. And then when I started back, I couldn't do butter anymore. It was too strong.
Oh wow.
So I ended up doing the balance, and the balance is a mix of both. So it still relaxes me, but then I still kind of feel that I can do stuff. And then now for some reason I can't. I have to take half of it.
Half of it. Well, we're gonna see with that.
So which one did you get?
Chamomile lavender.
I love anything lavender.
I know. You gotta try that lion's mane I got. It has lavender in it.
Does it? So is that tea?
Yeah.
Okay.
I make it from a tea. It's made with pea flour. So yeah.
So what is the lion's mane?
The lion's mane is a mushroom, so it helps with focus and memory.
Oh my God, I need that so bad.
Yes.
Because I feel like I'm not going through pretty much. I don't know. I could be. I'm 46, and after you have a hysterectomy or any, I still have my ovaries. I still have my ovaries, so I still feel like I have the symptoms of period type, but I get my focus, brain fog.
And did you have COVID?
Yes.
And there it is. That part.
When I tell you that I feel like, okay, did something just happen? And I don't want to make a lot of this like, did I just have a mini stroke? Like, what is wrong with my mind?
Yeah. So the lion's mane is supposed to help with the brain cognitives. I put the lavender in there, not only just the mood kind of deal, but lavender also helps with inflammation. So I added it in there for both powers.
Nice.
So yeah, and everybody loves it.
Okay, yeah, I'm about to get some of that.
Yeah.
I need all of it.
Yeah.
Did you have sea moss? Strawberry?
Yeah, I have strawberry, but I'm gonna discount it because you got about 2 weeks on it.
2 weeks? Okay. And how often do you test? So tell us, okay, so explain sea moss. Like, I know it has all these nutrients and vitamins in it. What is the best way to take it, and how long do you need to be on it before you start seeing something?
So what I tell people is sea moss, first of all, it has 92 of the 102 minerals that your body needs.
Wow. And we probably only get like 2 minerals we need.
And especially if you're eating fast food and all this other stuff. So, but what it does is it helps with not only like energy booster, but it also helps with your digestion. It helps with your if you have like high blood pressure, cholesterol, diabetes, it helps bring those numbers down. It helps with hair, skin, and nails. It also helps with inflammation in the body. If you have like eczema, psoriasis, which is a skin inflammation, it helps in those areas as well. It does a lot of great things for the body. So you can eat it. You can also apply it to skin. You can even put it in your hair. But for most people, they ask me because I have a variety of different options, which one I see the best benefit from. Well, no one has the same makeup. Let's first start there.
Right.
So what I might feel, you may not, and vice versa.
Yeah.
So we're all made up different ways. But what I've noticed is that the women do better on like gel. The men do better on the capsules.
Interesting. And it probably could be the way our body absorbs it.
Right. And so, and that's where I tell people to start. I'm always, out of everything I sell, I'm always gonna say go gel 1st. And then I'll push the shots that I have because it has the ginger in there and some other benefits in there, and it helps boost that 92 to 102.
Nice.
And then,
so why is it only 92 and not 102?
Because there's some key things that are missing.
Okay.
And so, but if you think about a multivitamin, it's stronger than a multivitamin. So you're getting majority of the minerals than you would from a regular over-the-counter vitamin. So that's some things that helps. And you know, when CMOS became very popular in this area, it was during COVID. Everybody was trying to understand how to boost their immune system, how to get it. But CMOS has been around forever.
Wow.
It's been around even on the West Coast. They've been taking it forever. It's nothing. It's like an everyday occurrence with them. And in the Caribbean, they've been from birth.
Yeah, wow.
So it's not anything new. It's just new this way.
Yeah.
And now it's a bit crazy.
Yeah, it is. So what's the difference between sea moss production? Because like you said, there's so many people that does it. What are some things that a consumer should look for to make sure that they're getting what they're supposed to be getting?
Definitely. So I do not recommend you getting it off the side of the road, out of someone's car, truck. Say that. Because you don't know where they are getting it. So people are getting it either from the ocean, and it works better in more colder environments. However, it's nothing wrong if you get it from a warmer, like St. Lucia's or Jamaica, but there's different variances there. And then some people are pool growing it. So in order to get a mass production, they're in their backyard growing sea moss, which we know there's no nutrients in it because it's man-made. And so it's always good to do your research as to who and what and how. Where they're getting it from. Like the people I get source mine from have paperwork. They have all their documentation, and I have access to all of that. I don't buy from Amazon. I don't buy from, and not to say that there aren't any legitimate on Amazon, but you definitely should do your research. I actually stopped someone was selling it on the corner. Stopped just to see what they were going to tell me. He couldn't tell me anything. But he was selling these little jars for $30 and people was buying them.
Oh my goodness.
And I was like, so who makes it? He said, oh, my brother he's a chef. He makes it at home. And I'm like, really? So you definitely want to do your research. You just don't want to buy just from anyone. You want to make sure it comes from a clean environment. The person is actually understanding the difference in the water that they use, the techniques that they use. Some people boil it, some people don't boil it. I don't boil mine because I feel like some of the nutrients are going to be evaporated, so I don't do that. But some people believe in that, and there's nothing wrong with it. It just got to be open to doing a little bit more research.
How long did it take you to research and come up with your perfect consistency and like this is it?
Not long. And this is how I know God is in it. So I had no idea what the heck I was doing. My first batches looked terrible. But people was eating them, and I was just like, okay, this is what it's supposed to look like, because I had a different type of seaweed. I had the not carrageen, can't think of more of a I can't think of the name right now. Why? It's red. It's more leafy. I can't think of the name. But I had that kind at first, dried up, but it wasn't necessarily blend. It blend, but it didn't do what mine is doing now. So it was a matter of me figuring out what was what, because I was grabbing sea moss not only from that direction but also from Africa. And there is a more stronger, potent one. It's a purple one, and that sucker has a strong taste. And I was like, nobody I sell to will drink this.
Right.
So I started using it making soap, and it was really good because it had antioxidants in it. But just it took me a little while, but it didn't take, because I had to do it fast. Because once people learned what I was doing and I was flavoring it, DMs went bloop.
I bet.
And I have to come up with a solution real fast.
Yeah, because I never had it without the flavor. Because I always would see it, but I was just like, I don't know. And then actually, yours was the first one that I ever bought. Was at P30.
Okay.
It was at the Bankable event.
Yes.
Which I feel like that was such a dope event. Like,
it was.
That needs to happen more often.
Yes,
because when you get a vendor or business the opportunity to make money.
Yes.
And everybody can feel
and win. Yes.
That I just thought that was such a great thing that they did.
Urban League does that.
Oh, nice.
But theirs on a greater scale. So the person that organized it for Bankable worked for the Urban League.
Okay.
And I'm actually getting ready to participate in that one on the 24th.
Nice.
And so what they do is they literally give the community up to like 300 or 400 people $50 a piece to use at any of the booths.
Wow.
And it's free money for everybody. It's a win-win.
It is. People get to try products that they may not wanted to pay their own money, because I'm like, if y'all paying for it, absolutely.
Exactly. And it's usually like over 50 vendors probably.
Ooh, I'm going to have to look and see, because
Yes.
I definitely want to come to that.
Yes.
You said it's in 2 weeks?
It's on the 24th.
24th, okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
wow.
they've done it for the last 3 or 4 years, and it's always a huge, they DJs, everything. It's a huge.
Wow.
So yeah. So that would be
I think it would be good to have more organizations be able to do that.
Yes.
I'm sure it's a lot of work, and so
yes. And a lot of money.
Yeah.
But it's a win-win. And especially
that's the way to restart the economy.
Exactly. The ecosystem.
Absolutely.
And you're in a neighborhood that people are low income, or they traveling and they want it, but they can't afford it.
Yeah.
So now you're giving them the opportunity to, hey, try it.
Yep.
So
that's just like my thought on providing resources for business owners. Let them try it out, like the TA Hub. They pay for a certain amount of services, which I think is amazing. Because until you experience it, you don't really understand the value.
Exactly.
And so if I have a choice to buy product for my business, or go and pay for an accountant,
right,
or pay for a lawyer,
right,
or a bookkeeper, I'm going to do this over here. But if somebody else pays for that for me, now I see how it can affect my business, and it'll help me save money.
Exactly.
Now I'm going to buy into it.
Yes. And I see that happening more and more. And the TA Hub was a great example, because I was a participant of it, and I benefit from it so much. I knew about it, but I just couldn't afford it.
Yeah.
Or I couldn't get it started, or I couldn't find the right resource to make it work.
Yep.
And so I actually, that was a great program, and hopefully it gets funded again.
Yeah.
Because it's needed.
It is very much so.
When I started my business, I had to rush and put things together. I had some background, but I didn't have all the background. And now I feel in my third year, I feel like I got a backpedal.
Yeah.
To put some things in place.
Yep.
But it was always on the list to add.
Yeah, always.
Yeah.
And that's just there's stuff on my list, and I'm like, I even applied for the Tia Hub and I actually got approved. I need to actually follow up with
Oh, you
Leland.
definitely need to.
Yep.
Yeah, because I've gotten a lot of great help from it. I
Yeah.
actually got my certifications through it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So the cohort. So tell me a little bit. Is this your first cohort that you've been in, or have you done others?
No, I've done others. So that would be probably my third or fourth.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I follow the resources.
No, I love that.
So,
And so each time that you did it, you learned something new.
well, not that would be my fourth cohort total, not with just them.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like with the
Yeah,
different
I
ones
found different ones. With this last one with Martindale Brightwood, I felt like I was like a little bit more ahead than most of the businesses that were there. But that was okay because I still learned something. I was still able to get resources. I was still able to increase my knowledge base.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't mind it at all. And plus, I wanted to learn how to pitch. I never pitched.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, I was in two of their cohorts. So I was in back to back.
Okay.
And so the first pitch I did, I came in second place.
That's still good.
Right.
So and you stepped up your game and you won. Did you win the grand prize?
I won. Mm-hmm.
That's amazing.
Yes. So it really gave me more confidence.
Well, in that right there, that's just an example of you do it the first time, you go back the second time, you get better. Even like it's just gonna just go up from there. So I love that.
Yes. So I applied for the Pitch Fest. So hopefully I'll get into that one. That would be awesome.
Yeah. So what was one thing that stood out to you with this cohort versus the others?
It was more of everybody was trying to help each other.
Yeah.
It was more cohesive. It was more everybody enjoyed one another. It wasn't no weird vibes in there. Yeah. It was comfortable. And everybody understood the mission. Everybody applauded for everybody. It wasn't no weirdness there. Yeah. Everybody wants to see everybody succeed. And I loved it.
Yeah. And even the couple times that I went in there, I felt that too. And I like that it was not a lot of people. I feel like we miss out on having too big of. It needs to be more intimate because you really get that one-on-one. You really get that opportunity to kind of like a village, a family.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
And even though it ended, I feel that if I can just pick up the phone and call one of them and like, oh yeah. It wouldn't be like, why are you calling me?
Yeah,
that kind of vibe, which I've gotten and received often. And I just don't understand that mentality, because I believe that we all have whatever is ours is ours. No one can take it away.
Absolutely.
And when more people understand that, then we can become better and stronger. But a lot of people are mine, holding information for what?
Right, for what?
So that was not in that environment at all.
I love
it was
that.
welcoming.
Because that's one of the things, like with my nonprofit, I focus on young entrepreneurs because there is not any spaces where they can come in and feel comfortable. They feel like judged by older ones. And we're the same age, so we know as we grew up, you're seen and not heard. You're not allowed in adult rooms. Like, be quiet. You don't know anything. You don't have any experience. But these young people are smart as hell.
They are. They had no other choice but to be.
Right. And so they have given me so much value. And I'm like, okay, we're not letting them have a seat at the table. We're trying to create the table and let them conform to it.
Right.
No, it don't work like that.
Right.
And so being able to provide a space where they can come in, and I always tell people my nonprofit is like a house. And they come in and decorate. So whatever they want to do, I'll help them. I tell them all the time, I don't care what you do as long as you don't kill nobody and do hard drugs. Because weed is up for discussion. So I'm not even gonna go there on that. But just really be like, I had went to an event this morning, and it was nice, but it was just so stuffy and like, that's not what I want. I want to create an environment where you can be yourself and just really get that love and get that village. So yeah, so I understand that about the cohorts. I think that's very, very important, and there's a lot that piece is missing a lot.
It is,
because it shouldn't be about the amount of people that we come in because the amount of grants money we get.
That part.
If we can service 10 people
right effectively,
absolutely, then
even if it was 100,
right,
10,
then do that.
Right.
It may limit your money, but your effect on them 10 people are going to go so much further.
Because they're gonna remember, and
because
you
do 100 people, now you're doing a half-ass. It's not, you're not giving good customer service. You're not giving good relationship building. People feel like they went through the cracks.
Yes.
Just all of that stuff.
Yes.
And then now you wonder why you didn't get the grant again. Because your numbers weren't right, because you got complaints. So it's just, I feel like we need to, and there's a lot of organizations.
There are.
So we all need to band together and be like, you know what, I can only handle 10.
Right.
We're going to go after this grant. I'll do 10, you do 10, you do 10. We're helping more people, and everybody gets the benefit.
Exactly. That whole crab in a barrel mentality is so overrated, and people don't understand that collectively we can do a lot better job in being more effective.
Yes, and I had to learn that because I'm used to always doing stuff myself. Just, because I'm a mover and just all over the place. But then I realized my impact is only going to go so far.
Yep.
And if I really want to have a larger impact, I got to bring people. I got to be willing to, just collaborate with ones. And it wasn't me not wanting to collaborate because of what I knew. It was just being afraid to just let go. And be like, even as a growing up, as a parent, we think we know everything.
Exactly.
We don't know nothing.
If they don't even understand, we learning right along.
Right, exactly. So what are some things that helps you to stay motivated and keep a good mindset? Because I also think that that's a key piece that we need to continue, that we don't really talk about, is our mindset when it comes to business, because that is hard.
It is. And I've been shouting this to the rooftop, to the sky. If you trying to figure out faith, become an entrepreneur.
I know that's right. Man, you will learn some stuff about yourself. You'll be like, wow.
Become an entrepreneur, because your faith is going to be something totally on a whole different level. Yeah. And you have to, because it's not all just not waking up for somebody and being in somebody's seat at 8 o'clock. You got to manage that. And, you ain't getting paid. Ain't no automatic check.
I don't know how many times I done fired myself because I wasn't acting right.
I need to fire myself too.
Like, you did a horrible job today. Like, if you worked a 9-to-5 job, you would be fired.
Right. So, and I want to say number one is God for me. Because I'll get in that corner ball up like, what is you got me out here doing?
Absolutely.
I'm like, give me the sign. I need a check. Give me a sign.
Right.
And so that, and also having a strong community of friends and family that, when I'm feeling some kind of way, they be like, because my face don't hide anything.
Me either.
And I'm trying so hard to be like, no, I can't do that. I know that. And so most people, even if I don't even be in their face, those calls will come at the nick of time. When I'm on the ledge, them calls will come in the nick of time, because I'm like, I'm finna jump. I'm going to jump. And they're like, come back.
Yeah.
We got you. So having that strong family and friends that just know you. Absolutely. And can sense when things are wrong. Yep. And grab you just in the nick of time.
Yeah.
That means the world.
Absolutely.
So
and they could be very, very small, and that's okay.
Right, because there's so many people out here that claim they want to do right, but they don't want to do right. They claim it, but they don't want to do right. And so many imposters. And I've been faced with so many imposters that are not, necessarily who they say that, of course, but at the same time, never take responsibility for themselves. It's always you. It's always you. So just keep reading, and acknowledging, and even if you got to do affirmations to yourself, I have a whole jar that I've made just for prayers that I'll write on a sticky note and throw those in.
I love
or
that.
I'll affirmate. I got my whole bathroom mirror like, hey, this is you, this is who we called you to be,
I love
this
that.
is that.
Yeah.
So those kind of things help balance me. Not to say that they're 100% all the time.
Oh hell no!
But
I was having 2 weeks ago. I had a moment.
Yes, and those moments will come.
Yeah.
I mean, you can be
And
happy
that's
one day
why I
and
always
then
try
the
to
next
share
one.
that, because I need people to know what you look at, you think is, oh, you got a great life. No, the fuck I don't.
No.
Because I'm doing this, I'm doing this, I'm doing, like, if us as entrepreneurs, if we listed everything that we do, plus we have a family, plus we may have people that we care for, like,
and other people pulling at your coattails to do something else.
and there might be times when, like, all right, my business ain't going right, so I gotta go find some money.
That part.
Because these bills gotta be paid.
They gotta be paid, no matter what.
And you have to be constantly thinking and moving, and your brain just.
And what I do, I started to make myself do for my mental capacity, because I'm always in the face of clients and customers, or somebody's always trying to get something. And when you're first starting out, you're like, yeah, give me all the customers I can possibly get.
Yeah.
But then it starts to wear on you, because you have not set any boundaries.
Yeah.
And once you do that, and that's one of my biggest pitfalls, I didn't set those boundaries, but now I'm pulling back like, hey, I'm only one person. I can only do one thing at a time. I need you to calm down, and there's something in place for you to get whatever you need.
Yeah.
It just won't be for me right now.
Yeah.
And so on Sundays,
yep, that's my day too.
I do not talk to anyone. I do not. People call, why you in your? I do not talk to anyone. I do not do anything on purpose. There's times here and there where I couldn't avoid it.
Yeah.
But for the most part,
yeah.
Like yesterday, I did nothing.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
I don't want to talk. We're not getting on the phone.
I'm mad.
We're not texting.
I talk all day. I don't. My daughter used to get so mad at me because she'd be like, "Mommy, why are you not answering me?" Because I don't want to.
My son is like that too, and I'll just be looking like, "Please go away, go away."
Or she'd be like, "Why are you just sitting there staring at the wall?" Because I'm just here. Like my brain just needs to just be quiet.
Right. That part.
Yeah.
And that is something that we all must do in order for. Because I'm like, if I talk to you right now, I'm like, I need one day.
Yeah.
One day. Yeah. And I try to tell people don't believe the hype, because you hear other people like, when you're an entrepreneur, there's no days off.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's called burnout.
Right.
You're not going to do it.
Or you got to push yourself to the limit. No, I'm going to be strategic.
Right.
Not push it anymore.
Right.
Because when I push to the limit, then it's just, that's not why is that? Just like saying you could multitask. You shouldn't multitask.
Right.
That's dumb as hell.
It is, but
I mean, we do it all the time, but it's exhausting.
It is exhausting.
If we was able to just focus on 1-2 things and get it done the right way, we wouldn't have to circle back.
That part. Yes.
How many times have we had to circle back because I have 5 tabs open in my brain?
Oh yeah. My 5.
Man, like what?
5, 10.
Right, yeah.
But yeah, so those would be some of the things that I would say that I personally do for myself. If nothing else, I just don't. Sunday.
So what have you learned about yourself?
I've learned, funny you should say that. So I always say I'm not necessarily a people person. I like people to a certain degree, but at the same time, I'm very cautious because I'm a people watcher.
Me too.
And my sister has a nonprofit, and it's a food pantry. And the way that it's set up, she has it where it's a missional food pantry. So they pray for people, they talk to people, and then there's a fulfillment team that fulfills the orders or whatever. And I said, put me in the back. She was like, I said, that first of all, my face don't hide anything. And second of all, the people up there gonna get on my nerves. So I'm gonna go back here where I'm more effective.
Right.
And I laugh because this is part of my part two of why I think God is funny. Now he got me in four face of everybody, and I'm like, hi, how you doing?
I know.
And not trying to come off fake or anything, but I enjoy what I do. I enjoy telling people about the benefits. I enjoy seeing people transformation. I enjoy that. So I think that in the long run, I'm learning that I can
I like that.
versus I'm not.
That's
I
good.
can't. So I'm learning that I can. And the funny thing about it is when we're talking about like what balances me, my friends, two of them, matter of fact, same day, but two different, they didn't know they said this. They told me that you keep pushing because you are the example of it can be done. And at first it sat there a little bit, and then I was like, okay, I can see that. So now that keeps ringing in my head like people are watching.
Yes.
And
And you
my
don't even
story
know.
is not most conventional. Like I didn't have a trust fund or money saved up to start this business. I started from the grit of every dollar I had from a paycheck.
Wow.
And now I'm doing it full time.
So what transitioned for you to do it full time?
I say God kicked me out the door.
Wow.
Because if not, I would have still been there being abused, underpaid, and undervalued. Being in IT, a female and black,
Yeah.
two cars against me,
Yeah.
and the highest educated in the place.
Wow.
Was like a triple threat. And so I was in every place I went, and I was like that. They always did not listen. They always underpaid me and told me to be okay with you guys. Look, you lucky you doing this. That kind of attitude. If he hadn't closed that door, I would have still been there and still dealing with some stuff I shouldn't have had to deal with.
Yeah.
And I told my coworker, I said, I got 6 months. I said, either I'm going to walk out or they're going to fire me. A little bit less than 6 months, they got me on a technicality. I didn't fill out my time card right.
Wow.
Not that I didn't work. I didn't fill out my time card right. But I was just like, because I was there raising issues that needed to be raised and policies that needed to happen. But they didn't want to do it that way. And so I'm like, well, you're going to get sued one day, and this is what's going to happen.
Wow.
So, yeah, I always say, God kicked me out that door. He closed that door because I had that intuition, like, I got 6 months left. That's it. That's all I got in me.
Yeah.
For this nonsense.
Wow. Good for you.
Yeah.
So where can we find you on social media, website, so they can get some of this goodness?
All right. So website, Rosa Sharon, all naturals .biz. They can also find me on social media at Instagram and Facebook at Rosa Sharon, all naturals. I'm do a lot of vending around the city. We'll be at the Urban League on the 24th. From I think it's 10 to 1.
Okay.
So come get some free money.
Yes, yes.
And try some free products. So
right.
I always have samples on deck. And then also you can find my products at Georgetown Market, where great place.
It is. I had a smoothie there one time. It was really good.
They are very supportive.
Yeah, that's great.
So Georgetown Market, and soon a brick and mortar, opening up a shop.
That is so exciting. Congratulations.
Thank you. So I'll be there off of 31st in Illinois, across the street from the Children's Museum.
Okay.
So
that is
next
amazing.
Month. Yes.
Look at you.
Yes. So
wow. And this are you going into, or did you just finish your 4th year, or are you going into your 5th?
Going into my 5th.
Look at that.
Going into my 5th. And so it's been a journey. It's definitely been a journey, and hey, it's not for punks. I would say that it's not for punks.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
So you got to take the good with the bad.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
so meeting great people like such as yourself, and it helps things move a lot smoother.
yeah, it does. Well, I
Yes.
appreciate you being on my show. Excited to be able to share the world, with you and just all that you do. You do have an amazing product.
Thank
Can't
you.
wait to get back on it.
Yes.
So definitely check her out. Check her out at the Urban League because I'm definitely going to try to go. I am going to go. Make sure I go. And just really support and take your health and wellness because you have other things that you're going to be doing too.
Yes.
Good.
Yes. I'm also into functional mushroom teas, so that's my big one. So yeah, I love them. I yeah, I can go on and on and on.
Okay, well, we're going to do a part two because I'm going to need to know about all that. So is the Lion's Gate part of the functional tea?
Yeah, lion's mane.
My
And
Lion's Mane.
yeah,
Lion's Gate. That was what? That would happen though.
that's
Was
what
Thursday. But
movie.
the line, I don't know if you're familiar with like the spiritual side, like the astrological or whatever, but
No.
okay, so yeah, it was a lion's portal last.
Oh no, no,
Okay.
we're talking about mushrooms, and we're not talking about piece of mushrooms. We're talking about functional mushrooms. We're not talking about mushrooms that get you high. We're talking about medicinal
Okay.
mushrooms and chaga and some cordyceps. So,
All right. Well, I'm gonna get some and I will report back because I need to
yes,
be focused and get my mind clear.
yes,
So yeah,
indeed.
so thank you for listening. You can find me on Instagram at Our Generation Podcast _, Facebook Melissa Shaw. A lot's going on, so please tune in. And then also visit my website at Our Generation. No, see, projectourgeneration.org. And we are out. Thank you for listening. I'm over